Hello everyone, Mr. Happy here, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. Apologies for only one episode last week. As I stated, there was the North American Fan Festival, and I'm going to be doing a ton of videos on that, but that doesn't mean that we don't do Healer Happy videos. So I promised you we would check out Palace of the Dead, and hey, this guy's got a Palace of the Dead weapon on right here, actually. That's a perfect example of what we'll be able to get. So first we're going to unlock Astrologian, and then we're going to go into a matched party. We're not going to go into fixed and solo it. We're going to queue into a random Palace of the Dead 1 to 10. Now, for those wondering what the rewards are like from Palace of the Dead, there are a ton of rewards, but one of the biggest ones is experience points. Pre-level 50, the experience points are pretty top, but the main goal of Palace of the Dead is to earn grade 5 materia, minions, mounts, and if we take a quick look at this guy's weapon, you can even earn a Pajali weapon that is item level 235. Now, this is really good for when you have a fresh level 60, especially if it's your first level 60. It's a great weapon to have. But to top that off, Palace of the Dead is going to be updated on November 1st, although I recall that the website said November 11th. I think November 11th was a typo. November 1st is the date. It's one of those two, the 1st or the 11th of November 2016. At which point, floors 51 through 200 will be added, and you will be able to obtain an item level 255 weapon, as opposed to the 235 weapon we have now. But first, let's start by unlocking Astrologian. Now, for those of you who don't know how to unlock it, it's in Ishgard. You will need to have up to the 3.0 story done, and you will need access to Ishgard. Plus, you'll have to do the first couple of quests in here. Once you've done that, teleport to the Athenaeum Astrologian. That one. No words. If you don't, I'll show you real quick where it is on the map. There you go. It's in this in the far east side of the, what are we in, the pillars right here? Yeah, the other one was the foundation. This is the pillars. And we just go in here. I'm gonna have to set up my hotbars a little bit. Let me do something. No, never mind. Talk to this guy, and bam, we'll quickly unlock it. It was fate. It was fate that drew me here. Oh, did I just select the wrong answer? Okay, make sure you select the correct answer over and over again. Try not to spam too hard through the quest text. Give Genaccord your name and become his protege. Yo, you got this. And now when I talk to him again, I can accept the quest, Stairways to the Heavens. Level 50 quest. That'll give me a bunch of level 30 starting gear. We gotta speak with him one more time. Come on. And now we must inquire with the other people. Pretty simple quest. So Astrologian, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the job, it's a job that has the ability to bounce back and forth between fulfilling similar roles to that of the Scholar and the White Mage. You're able to have proactive healing in the form of shielding, where you put shields up on targets before they take damage, and therefore they'll take less damage, but you also have some decent direct healing. Or like the White Mage, you do a lot of direct healing, reactive healing as we call it. And with that, I need to go to the Observatorium. Is that the one in Corthus Central? Yeah, it is. And you have a lot of things like regens and heals over time. And on top of that, the other big thing that it has is it's able to place very powerful buffs on party members in the form of cards. And these cards can increase damage dealt, restore resources, lower cooldowns, or increase attack speed, things along those lines. You're even able to extend the power of those buffs. And at level 30, we're not going to get to see too much of that. We are going to have basically the ability to draw a card and play it on a person. But you gain the ability to reshuffle the card that you draw, save a card, and even store a card away to grant yourself an additional effect, like an AoE effect, or the ability to extend the duration of the buff. I can't wait to show you guys that. I think Palace of the Dead, doing floors 1 to 50, will also give people a decent idea of how much experience points you'll earn. Palace of the Dead is my preferred method of doing levels like 30 through 50, 1 to 50 really. But we'll talk about unlocking Palace of the Dead in a little bit. Oh man. Well, while we're on our way to the quest, if you haven't seen my videos about Fan Festival, you should check it out. By the way, hashtag 2monks. I'm going to say that in like every video until they finally tell us that it's 2 monks. I'm going to be putting out a separate video regarding the job of the female in the recent expansion announcement trailer. If you're watching this and you didn't know, Stormblood was officially announced. It's the expansion patch 4.0 for Final Fantasy XIV, but I'm playing on patch 3.4 right now, And we still have patch 3.45, 3.5, and likely 3.55. So we still got quite a few patches to go before the expansion, as it is slated for early summer, and they are still planning to do a patch every 3.5 months, or at least a major patch every 3.5 months. I'm sure between 3.5 and the expansion it'll be longer than 3.5 months. I'd be pretty surprised if it was, you know, still only 3.5 months from the next patch to the expansion. And honestly, early summer, it just feels like they're doing that to cover their own asses. Quarry Mill. All right, well, Quarry Mill is where I'll have to go soon. That's where I have to go for Palace of the Dead eventually. But for now, I guess I'll just go there to finish the quest. Yeah, we'll probably only do floors 1 to 10. 1 to 10 are really easy. And as a healer, I should have a great deal of power in there to make sure that people remain safe. Look, all these people gathered around, these are all people doing Palace of the Dead. It's pretty crazy how effective Palace of the Dead is and how many people do the content. It's been out for a really long time, and it's still really populated. Snake Molt. Alright, this Astro Quest is, oh, whoops. Snake Molt is here. This Astro Quest is really sending me all over the place, isn't it? It's been a long time since I've done the Astro Quest, so I do not remember it very well. Oh, okay, here we go. Oh, am I gonna have to do a duty or just, I guess not. I think there's another level 30 quest after this too. This will unlock Astrologian right here. There you go. Now, Astrologian, unlike the other jobs prior to the ones, like all the ones we've been talking about with the cross-class system, the job system, and all that stuff, Astrologian is just a job on its own. There's no base class. All you have to do... Well, hold on. First, I'm going to save this gear set just in case I screw something up. And then we are going to equip the Star Globe that you get. Insufficient armory space. Of course there is. Let's see. Okay, well, that's not helping anyone. I know there are more things I could do with it. But I'm lazy. Right? Right. Velveteen rope, huh? Hard leather. You know, if it's not part of a gear set, I probably am not using it. Probably not actually using it. Probably just... Oh my goodness. There's a lot of ones here I'm not using. Is this... No, I never used that. I gotta sneeze, ladies and gentlemen. 1 second. Alright. I muted the microphone just in time, so you didn't have to deal with that. That was only 1 sneeze, too. They also gave me a full set of armor, which, you know, doesn't... I might have to sneeze again. Happy, please. Yeah, I gotta sneeze again. 1 second. Alright, let's hope that was the second of a pair of sneezes, and I don't have to sneeze again. Why do I feel like I'm gonna have to sneeze again? Please don't do it, Happy. Okay, anyway, let's equip the Star Globe. What? Oh, rings. Yeah. Oh my goodness. That's too many bone rings. That is one too many. Did I make these as part of like a quest for crafting or something? I have a lot of bone rings. Okay, one more time. There we go. Now it automatically equipped the soul crystal. There's no way to be equipped here, and now we can make use. I don't think I've had the recommended gear feature since I started this video series. So, first of all, let's create a new gear set before I hate myself. Second of all, let's revel in the fact that there's this feature, the recommended gear feature. When you press it, it'll actually show you all of the recommended pieces for you to wear based on the highest item level available, and bam. Let me make sure that these are all useful items, because it does have a knack for not being useful items. Alright, and yeah, like this. That one's not useful in any way, but it was the highest item level, so it took it. Any other ones? Nope. Awesome. Okay, and now that's done, we can grab this level 30 quest. Now, Diurnal Sect. Now, you may remember we had Choleric Stance on White Mage. Think of Diurnal Sect like... kind of, I don't want to say the opposite, but it enhances your healing and also gives you a passive spell speed buff. Spell speed, of course, being the stat that increases how quickly you cast. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do our actions real quick. We're at level 30 also. When you start as an Astrologian, you start at level 30. So we have to make 3 decisions here, and I'm probably gonna go with these 3. And leave Stone Skin out of it for the time being. So let's get rid of some of these other abilities. Let's see. What do I want here? Which one is that? I wonder. Huh. Anyway, let's do... So this just shows you the different effects of the cards. You can't actually equip these individual cards. You have to use the draw command. Is that it? Yeah, okay. That's it. I'll start with that one there. The draw command. Okay, we'll get rid of it here. We'll move DPS spells. We'll try to keep it as similar as possible to the other one. To my White Mage's bars. Combust. Do I have Combust 2 at this level? I do not, do I? Benefic. I don't have Aspected Benefic yet, do I? What level do I get Aspected Benefic? Level 34? Alright, I could deal with that. Oh, also, I just realized that that hotbar up there is shared. So, I am going to have to go into my hotbar settings. Quickly unshare hotbar 4. This might actually be bad, yeah. Well, oh, no. That didn't do anything. I'm an idiot. That was the wrong hotbar. It's hotbar 1 that I want to unshare. That still might, oh no, maybe that's good. I don't know. Let's remove certain things. We just want to be able to see cooldowns pretty much. So I don't need any of that. What else do I want to do here? Light speed. Luminous ether. I think I'm going to put that... As always, this is actually the hardest part for me about doing actions on the controller. Personally, I'm not saying it's hard to do. I'm just saying that this is the thing that I struggle with most. And it's deciding where I want to put things on my hotbar. Okay, that works. Protect. Let's do that. I know where Cleric Stance is going to go, and it's not here. Malefic, Benefic, Lightspeed, Essential Dignity. I think I want Essential Dignity on hotbar 1. Like right... I have it on the bar already. Right here. Because I'm going to want Aspected Benefic at some point to be right here, and Aspected Helios to be right there. I don't need Luminous Ether here. I don't need Light Speed. Stella, I don't need. Period. It's a nuking ability, but it does I don't want to say it does nothing. It slows their movement speed. You know, I don't really need that. And real quick, I think that's an okay spot for it. Let's go with... I mean, I could always move these around. Exalted Detriment, that's the equivalent of our Asuna. Okay, I think we're good to go. Alright, let's make it happen, Captain. If you're above level 34... Listen, if I went ahead and did all that level 34 stuff before coming here, we'd have bigger problems, trust me. I wonder, can I cast Protect? No, I cannot. Do not let these bandits stand in the way of us locating our... Oh, I can't. Oh, no, it has no effect. So these guys, I'm really just supposed to heal them. Especially that guy who's going to eat AoEs to the face. Well, they're all going to eat AoEs to the face, I suppose. I guess what I like to do, and we talked about this a lot with the White Mage quest, where I like to kind of just... Are they healing over time automatically? Yes, they are. Never mind. I do not need to do that as much as I thought. Alright, so this is what it looks like when you draw a card. You're given the ability, you're given the card, and it replaces the draw ability with an effect. I have 30 seconds to reshuffle it. I have 30 seconds to do things like reshuffle the card, store the card away, or just toss the card altogether. I gave myself the Spear effect, which reduces the the length, or it lowers the cooldown of any abilities I use while affected. So like I'm going to use Luminous Ether right here. Its normal cooldown is quite a bit longer than what it seems. That being said, while it has 120 seconds normally, it has a far lower cooldown right now. All right, let's go forward. So now that I've explained that, they're going to follow me. And now this is the balance. The balance increases my damage dealt. You actually saw I picked up a balance. I actually picked up a balance off the ground. I don't know why I have to be the one to pull here, but I'll take it. With all that bonus damage dealt, I should be able to kill these guys pretty quick. Yeah, this Chanter is going to get pretty annoying if I don't kill him instead. That Dragoon does combos. Thought it was slowed for. Oh, I am heavied, I should say. You know what? I actually could benefit from now. The Ur allows me to regenerate MP, so I can give myself a little bit of MP back with that one. Put this Will-o'-the-Wisp over here. Maybe I should just do one video on Astro. I think maybe I might just want to do one video on Astro explaining what it is, how it works, showing off some of the earlier skills. I actually don't need to be killing this thing. Another balance. Give me that. Making your decisions with your cards is really easy at this level, but eventually it's I don't think I need to tell you this, but it will get harder. It will get quite a bit harder. You know what I might... let's unlock Palace of the Dead in this video, and then I'll do Palace of the Dead for the next video. So one other ability that I almost said machinist. Sorry, I was rating right before this. That Astros have is Lightspeed, and Lightspeed basically reduces your cast time by 2.5 seconds. So for most spells, I'm sorry, by 2 seconds flat, if I'm not mistaken. Nope, by 2.5 seconds. I just wanted to double check. It also reduces the cost of healing spells. Well, it reduces the cost of all spells by 25%, but it reduces damage dealt by 25% as well. So one big mistake a lot of new Astros make is they use Lightspeed in the attempts to DPS like this. And there are times where Lightspeed is okay to use the DPS, but for the most part, you'll be using Lightspeed to heal on the go, since it completely removes the cast time of the majority of your skills. There's only a handful that still have a cast time after all of that. And since it reduces the MP cost, it's also really good for the sake of healing. Especially since it reduces that damage dealt. Like, it's meant to be an ability you'll use to save MP while also healing the group. While healing with no cast time, you can heal on the go. Works quite well. Another skill we have is Essential Dignity. I put that on my bar right here. Essential Dignity is like, what is it, 40 seconds? Let me hover over it. Yeah, 40 seconds. It's an instant cast heal. And what it does is it basically just gives you a big, fat heal. The heal, however, scales with missing health. So if you're at lower health, it will heal for more. So it's not something you should just use for the sake of using it. You should actually try to consider using it when targets are at low HP. Now, I'm just going to use it on myself. Let me remove that. You can see, he healed me for about 300. I didn't even realize how low this guy was getting. Holy shit. That's acceptable. I was so busy talking about the job, I wasn't even paying attention to that. Alright, and we're also, this quest, we're going around picking up the cards, so... So in terms of cross-class, for level 30, I picked up Protect, Cleric Stance, and Swiftcast right off the bat. Some other options that you'll probably want to go with are Arrow for single-target deeps. And, of course, Stone Skin. Those are pretty normal choices to have right there. I'm barely even noticing these 4 damage stacks that my character has right here. Alright, that makes for 5 cards. You have drawn the Spire. Great. I really don't need that. Spire increases the amount of... It's the same as the Ur. Ur gave us MP. Spire returns TP. So, like, if I sprint right here, if I sprint, you'll see my TP go up by 100, and then it went up by an extra 40 right there. It's that extra 40 is... That extra 40 is because of the Spire. Don't worry, at one point we'll have a lot to talk about when it comes to that. We'll have a lot to talk about when it comes to the Spire and the Ur once we unlock the Royal Road ability. Alright, I'm going to actually heal these guys. The arrow increases my casting speed. So now my spells cast quite a bit faster. Well, at least he used Rampart. Oh, look at that healing. Look at it. Alright, let's kill this guy. I'm not even worried about the Arcanum of Marionette. Not after all that. Goodbye. And the ads just disappear. Duty complete. That's a much longer duty than the majority of them are. That's not a bad thing, though. And with that, I should be able to finish up the quest to get Diurnal Sect. And Diurnal Sect is where the healing, the good healing, starts. Actually, I guess that's level 34. I'll explain in a second here. Once I actually have the ability to activate Diurnal Sect. I shouldn't have really compared it to Cleric Stance earlier, because Cleric Stance can be turned on and off in combat. And as you'll see here very shortly, this one cannot. Diurnal Sect and the other one, Nocturnal Sect, you have to apply before combat, and they just buff your spells. Certain spells are outright changed, depending on which sect you're in. The aspected spells being the primary example of that. Alright, let's go to the Astrologian. That is not how it's pronounced at all. Let me do this real quick. I think that would be better. And Diurnal Sect. Now, for the next 20 levels, you're just going to want to make sure you have Diurnal Sect on, regardless of what you're doing. It's your only option. And it's one of those abilities that you don't not want to have on. So we're going to put it on the secondary bars. Actions and traits. Let's put it... For now, I'm going to put it here. We don't really need it for any particular reason. And the next quest will be at level 35. So without further ado, let's go unlock Palace of the Dead now that we've taken a quick look at this. I'm also going to stop by my Grand Company. What Grand Company did I join in this character? The Immortal Flames? Alright, I'm going to go there real quick and grab a weapon. Might as well, right? Get a better weapon. You know what? Actually, that doesn't really matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. And I'll explain why as we're going to unlock Palace of the Dead. So Palace of the Dead, in order to unlock it, you'll need to be at least level 17-ish and have completed the quest for Copperbell Mines and have completed Copperbell Mines. Yes, Copperbell Mines all the way back in the main story is what you need. That's all you need. You can be a brand new character. As long as you've beaten Copperbell Mines, you can do Palace of the Dead. To unlock it after you've beaten Copperbell Mines and the quest that it's a part of, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come to New Gridania, and you are going to want to head over to the Adventurers Guild. Now, I have a lot of plus marks over here, so let's make sure we find the correct one. Here he is. Nojiro Marujiro gives you the quest, The House That Death Built. And this will send us over to Quarry Mill. Well, not even into Quarry Mill. It'll send you into South Shroud. Eventually, it'll send us into Quarry Mill. We're going to have to run over to the entrance to the Palace of the Dead. So, reasons to do Palace of the Dead. Big one we explained earlier is the amount of EXP it's worth. We'll be showcasing that. Oh, I don't have my mount on my hotbar either. Mount guide. There we go. Okay, yeah, so the amount of experience points, the 235 weapon we showed off earlier. You can also earn grade 5 materia by handing in items called Gilmoran Potsherds. Gilmoran Potsherds can also be used to purchase mounts and minions, but the big reason that you use it is for grade 5 materia. You get one automatically for completing the 50th floor, and there's no lockout of any kind. As long as you, well, yeah, there's just no lockout for this content. You can do it as many times as you want in a day, 1 to 50, as many times as humanly possible. And you can also get Gilmoran Potsherds and bronze chests inside, which that'll take a lot of explaining in the next episode. There's also an item called the Accursed Horde. You can earn grade 5s from that as well, but that's only one of the many things you can get from the Accursed Horde. It'll take a lot of explaining in the next video because there's a lot of stuff inside of Palace of the Dead. All you need to know is spam floors 1 to 10 or 1 to 20 to level up really fast, especially if you're a DPS, because the queue for Palace of the Dead has no role requirements. Yes, it can be done with 4 DPS, it can be done with 4 tanks, 4 healers, 1 healer, 3 tanks, 3 tanks, 1 DPS, whatever it is, it can be done. Making it great for DPS with long DPS queues, especially early in the game. Obviously, if you have DPS queues to progress in the main story, you'll have to sit through those. Palace of the Dead won't make that any easier, but it makes the general leveling process, especially for alternate classes and jobs, very easy. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, by the way. The number of things that will matter, we'll have to cover in the next video. And now we talk to this guy, and we will have Palace of the Dead unlocked. Bam. Alright, so the most important thing about Palace of the Dead, and I will cover it at the beginning of the next video as well, is that it is not accessed in the Duty Finder. It is accessed specifically by talking to this NPC, the Wood Whaler Expeditionary. When you talk to him, he gives you a bunch of options, and we'll talk about those in the next video. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. Again, big shout out to our Patreon supporters for helping bring the series back, along with Bestiary. We will have Happy Gaming News returning in November, courtesy of the current amount of pledges that we have over on the Patreon. You guys rock, and let's keep making the series happen as long as we can, shall we? But anyway, guys, be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share, and stay tuned in the next episode where we're going to take our Astrologian into Palace of the Dead. Until next time, take care.